confronting the guilt and the pain, pointing out that our moms or our parents are flawed. So this came up just today for me because I have been kind of prepping myself and preparing my body to share more about this aspect of things. That not everyone is perfect. Some people, like my mom, have had hurt me to the point where I have to deal with my own trauma to heal myself in order to show up. And yet, in other ways, she has done everything that she could, and she loved me the way she could. And is another spectrum of people where their parents might not have been the most loving at all. And on the surface, in front of other people, they may look like the good mother, but behind closed doors, they may not be. And I was more talking about how if you have parents like that, then I want to come up with topics to help you heal. And in one of the previous videos, I also talked about how confronting this issue is very difficult because there's a force in society that kind of stops us from doing that. And one of them is guilt. And it's a very heavy thing that comes on to us because in the world, in the society, in our family, it is viewed as disrespectful, as ungrateful, as selfish when we just focus on ourselves and how other people had wronged us or etc. And a few people, when after that video, after my sharing, a few people actually came to me to say, yes, I actually was working on some of these issues and I was like dealing with them, and it took me a while to come to terms that my mom was not as loving as I wanted her to be, and it took me a long time to say it out loud, be even able to say it out loud. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Because it was just today I actually came across my aunt who was doing this community events, and I started talking to her, and I was like, because she was sharing with me how upcoming in the next month she's going to be having this family event. I'm going to be bringing in people to share workshops and things like that, and I was like, oh, I can actually share with the seniors and the people in your community how to manage stress, and that's one of the things that I do. And so she was like, oh, manage stress, that's great. And I said, yeah, like it will just be like I would just need their attention for 20-25 minutes. I can share with them some tools, and um, they can be on their way. And she's like, that's great, just send me your blurb and show me your intro. And then this thing came up upon my body. I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to be like finding my stuff. She's going to be finding me talking about mothers and their shortcomings, and how she's going to find things about how my mom had like wronged me and all of these things. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. And hi, if you're watching this, hello, Auntie. And you know what? I was like having a moment. I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to think that I'm such an ungrateful daughter. Like, there's this Chinese saying, it's like 立高個肚皮俾人睇, right? So meaning it's like you're like lifting up your clothes to show your midriffs, or actually lifting up your midriffs to share it with people. So it's pretty much like airing out your dirty laundry. And I was like, oh my gosh. And this is the force that I was talking about. Like, confronting something so close to us is a taboo. And yet I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what, but these are the people who need to hear from me. Because you know what, even for older generation, there are also people who are in the 60s, 70s, 80s who are still wishing that parents will love them, wanting the mom to give them the approvals, just wanting the moms to say, I love you and I care about you and I accept you for who you are. And for me, This is not just about our moms, it's about us. Doesn't matter our age range. We are in it for the work so that we can heal that our own trauma so that we can also heal the people below us. Because sometimes what happens is I see parents who were in so much pain that they are acting in a certain way where maybe they're always yelling at the kids and the kids are starting to yell at them and forget about them and distance from them, and all they want is for the kids to come back, and yet they are so stubborn because they're in so much pain because they don't know how to deal with it. And I think it's like cross generation, and yet each generation has their own people to has their own people to maybe open up their minds to say, hey, this is for me, I need to do this work, and if I can just heal my own wound from my own mom, whether they are loving or not, at some point they probably had done something that had caused you pain, and they never apologized to you, or they never acknowledged you, and you are in this position. And so I just hope that this message lands to whoever that is can hear me. I know I'm going to be saying a lot of things that people will be like, who the hell do you think you are? You're like bashing all the moms, you're bashing like the family value within the Chinese culture. Like, how dare you? And yet, I personally believe that if we can just deal with our own pain and own hurt, and if we can heal ourselves, then we can build a more deeper connected relationship within our own family. But it starts with us. It starts with us acknowledging that, oh my gosh, I am this way. I'm always yelling. I have been distancing myself from my kids. I have been kind of dictating everyone's lives because of all the things that had happened to me before. And if I can acknowledge that I can change, then maybe my relationship with my kids and my grandkids can also change. And so as I'm sharing this with you, I'm also feeling into where I want to go with my kind of work. And I know this is maybe unconventional, and yet at the same time, I personally believe that it only takes one person to do the work. So this is my message, and I probably am rambling. This is a message that I'm developing and redeveloping still over and over again. And I'm glad that I am in this position, and I hope that this is the work that I am going to help with other people. And that's all I have for today. Until next time.